Are you going to start a fight? Good to know. I'm running away. But yeah, I've seen season 1 a while ago. I fully admit that. And it was basically this kid. He's about the school, which is really like, a bit rough. But it's changed. It became more calmer, keeping people safe, and I think it's really interesting for that season. I'm not going to talk too much in detail about it, but because that's not what this is for. But when it went into this one, I was like, you know what, I should watch season 2 of this. I was like, okay, where are we going to go? What's going to happen? What are we going to do? So, one of the first things that was happening was one of the people, they sort of tried to there was sort of one person who was in their sort of like team that was like, I need to go back to these people, etc., and then started this big brawl with a lot of people, and it's trying to deal with these mass amount of people while still having some big players in the thing. And we had some year 3s actually come in, which is actually really interesting and makes me excited. And even though I can talk a lot about like the details of how the sort of like the third year has this sort of nature of like really interesting. What I like in total is this one does the thing of like, oh yeah, we have this big team of fighting, and then goes back to where we have this big team fighting. Where did they come from? Because at first you don't question it. It's like, oh, you have another fighting team. Oh, we got really cool. Oh, we started up quickly. Oh, good for them. And then you go too quickly. Huh. And obviously this is pointed out by some people who might know a bit more about 5 years. Pointing out something that's like, how long has this been around for? Which kind of makes sense. That you could use an explanation of like, oh yeah, they started up quickly. Okay, bye. And leave it at that. They could be like, these are the new kids of the block type energy. No. They had someone. And maybe that's got a bit of that energy and something else. The other one is, you have another group which is a bit older, been around, but it's with, again, another third year. My personal favourite, because I think he is absolutely amazing and absolutely just one of the best character. Like being like doing like, yeah, I'm just gonna do what I love. It's like, oh, man, I'm supposed to be sometimes I don't use words. Man, I'm supposed to be wearing makeup. Oh, shit. And yeah, I fully admit I actually did this. I don't do it anymore, but that's more, I'm looking for a job, so I choose not to. Also, I'm lazy. I fully admit that one of the reasons why I don't do it is I'm lazy. And I fully admit that and acknowledge that. But I once when I was younger, my dad was like, oh no, men are meant to do that. Put makeup on my nose, and fully, if I was not as lazy as I was, maybe I would put like something, because I don't like the colour of my nails. Point being, someone being like, no, you're saying that people shouldn't be doing this? Nah, I'm not going to listen to you so, because I don't care. And I like it. I find it really fun. So yeah. But yeah, I do think this is really interesting and really exciting. And this is absolutely something that I am excited, because there's, obviously I didn't say this too much detail, the guy who's in the other group comes back and pays interest to this guy. So what is he going to do in the next season? He's important, and one of the third years points out that he is one of the people who, the sort of like people who sort of took down the more rowdier groups, didn't do because he just left. How strong is he? And my bet is he will, in the end of the season, he will beat him, but I'm not just gonna say. So yeah, I am interested in where this is going to go next. And time for an insane one. Legitimately found this movie, and I was like, this looks insane. So yeah, let's talk about it. Also, doing a sort of horror comedy on Halloween night. That wasn't planned, but yeah, fun coincidence. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night.